Yes, sir. We're back, man.
Yeah, Wi-Fi loaded.
Let's get it, bro. I hope my Wi-Fi works out. So look, we got to get back into the conversation, man. I felt like we were having a real transparent conversation earlier about the streets. I want to hear what you got to say about that, Micah, because I got a lot to say.
Well, the sh- like the streets are whack. First of all, so I actually hate that term because it actually glorifies it, kind of. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
people make it seem like it's a football arena. No, bro. That that is the streets
Yeah.
is the streets lead you only to jail, death, or that's it actually. So
That's it.
anybody anybody motivating or encouraging younger generation to live that life, or if you're in your late 20s, 30s, some 40s still doing that, you really got to reconsider, like what are you out here doing? Do you like going to jail? Do you like going to penitentiary because you get free food and a bed?
Away from your family, away from all women, just around a whole bunch of men
Yeah,
to
I mean,
glorify themselves, like to glorify them. This is what it, and because it's like it's a repeating cycle, bro. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you want to go, hey, look, it's loyalty, honor, respect. No, only thing in the street is steal, kill, and destroy. That's the only thing in the streets, man. Is steal, kill, and destroy, man. It's only from the devil, brother. There's nothing else coming from it, bro. So even in the streets, bro, it's the easiest thing to do in the world. Who can't be in the streets, bro? Who can't do that? Who can't sell something that sell itself? Unfortunately, drugs sell itself, brother. Drugs sell itself. And I don't understand why people glorify it. And it's so easy. And that's why I'm saying it's a lazy way out. It's the
well, that's why
lazy
they
way
do it
out.
though.
Selling a drug is it's the lazy way out. I remember back in the day, this is just facts, man. When I started selling, before I fell into my addiction, man, I was selling cocaine. Out here in Virginia, they got, I call it kitchen magician. That's what it is. It's kitchen magician. They mix it all up. They cut it all up. They put a whole bunch of isotol in it. They mess it all up, right? Kitchen magician. So I
Hmm.
remember when Sweetwater, so they, you ain't doing nothing with that. I remember Sweetwater, rest in peace of Sweetwater, he told me, man, I really don't want you doing that. But if you do it, this is the way that you should do it. He said, your phone gonna ring different. So, it was like a challenge. It is, so I'll give it to them. People out here, I'll give it to you. Selling kitchen magician, there is art to that. So y'all good at what you do, whatever. But when you got real, like when you're selling a real drug, it sell itself. It sell itself. I could have a flip phone. I had a flip phone. I remember I used to have a flip phone. I would give the flip phone to my homeboy. If I would go out of town, it would ring the same type of thing. It doesn't matter. It's just like a business. It's not hard to do that, bro. It's not a hard
Wow.
thing. And the crazy thing is about this conversation is don't nobody want to hear it. And that's why that means I need to change my whole group of people that's even around. Because why are we still glorifying the streets? Why are we still glorifying not ratting or telling? Go ahead, go look up Pacer.com. Half these people that talk about they not ratting or not telling, go look up Pacer.com. If on Pacer.com, if it says seal next to their thing, it's deal with federal, they telling. They telling.
Okay.
And that's for a lot of people. And a lot of people third party tell, a lot of people do a lot of these things. And the people who don't tell, cool. What makes you love the penitentiary so much? You
Really?
love what I just want to know. What makes you love the penitentiary so much? Why do you want to keep going to the penitentiary? What's in there? The only thing I know that's in there is boys. Excuse me, man. Sorry.
I think it's a lot of confusion, and I honestly think it really boils down to it being the easiest route possible that they think. You know what I mean? Like, so if nobody's coming around you, like, hey, you actually can do this instead of this, then I can see how they're constantly doing that. But as a grown man, you're not learning from your mistakes, then you
You
know.
If you done multiple bids, you done
Mhm.
multiple bids or whatever like that. I don't understand that. I know somebody personally that got caught with like half a brick or a whole brick of raw cocaine. Raw cocaine. Trafficking. Just got into the state of Virginia in Emporia. Didn't spend
That's
1 day or 1 second in prison. So you know what happened with that. And there was no, and I remember Sweetwater used to always tell me, man, Because one time we flew to Florida during the pandemic when the prices were crazy. But the price for cocaine went up.
I got a good question for you. And
Yeah.
rest in peace to Sweetwater.
Yeah.
So do you think that when you ran it, when you connected with him, do you think if he would have told you, hey, you need to quit this right now, you would have stopped?
Yeah, because the way he put it was not, maybe not, but the way he put it was, I don't want you to do this. Yeah, he said, I don't want you to do this, but if you're gonna do it this way. Now, the only thing that saved me, see, this is what I say too, like you said, it's either dead or in prison. For me, and it is for everybody, dead, prison, or addiction. I fell to addiction. And addiction is prison in your own mind. You're not, I almost would have rather been in a penitentiary. And I know this sounds crazy, but I don't want to hear nothing from nobody unless you've been through real life addiction. Okay? And we're not talking about being addicted to the money and the love, because for the love of money is the root of all evil. That's why people can't really leave the streets alone, probably. Because they lazy and they want easy money. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy. That's just facts. That's just facts. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't even comprehend that, because at that point I just wanted money. And then you got a family or a girl and they press you for money. And even if you is working, it ain't enough. So bet I got something for you. And it was, it was unfortunate. Like I said, I didn't get in a situation people told on me. You've heard around, you know what's up. People know what's up. You know what I'm saying? People didn't tell on me though, but I fell to addiction, bro. I became a heroin addict, you know what I'm saying? Because I was selling cocaine.
Right.
And it took everything from me. You get what I'm saying? So just like the penitentiary could do, just like all that stuff could do, it's the same thing with addiction. So it's not, and I understand that people are gonna be like, well, I spent 5 years. Yeah, you did. And that was the consequence for your actions. That was the consequence for your actions, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just like it was the consequence for my actions of going out there and doing that, knowing that I wasn't supposed to be doing that, was addiction and losing everything. So it's just like, if I'm looking at here and I'm looking at people on here and they my boys, my friends, and I see them and they stuck down in the streets, that's the devil, bro. That's the devil, man. There's nothing good gonna come from that.
Yeah. How can we help these people?
Continue to preach, continue to talk, continue to be real, because they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear what we're talking about right now. Let's be for real. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep saying it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you want to hear it or not, I'm gonna keep saying it. So like that's just how I feel about that whole situation, bro. Regardless of how people feel, and I know they don't feel it, that's fine. But it's time to grow up.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to.
Good stuff, man. Literally, as men, I think like you said, the best thing we can do is to keep talking about it, because there's actually not enough people talking about it. And if we're being real, we know a bunch of people who've been through a lot of different situations, and even they don't encourage people to do the opposite. Some do. So I'm not gonna say that they don't, but I don't really understand that side of it. Everybody should always be trying to level up their life and learn from either your mistakes or somebody else's mistakes. So
yeah, see, this is why it's good, bro, because we have the two like understandings of it. I like the way that you are more understanding and compassionate about the situation, but me, like, I'm just like, I don't understand, bro. If you out here and you 30 plus years old and you got kids or family and stuff like that, you keep taking the easy way out. You're not helping helping family is putting yourself in a situation where you're going to end up in a penitentiary. That's not helping your family, bro. Right. I don't know what else I can say. Helping your family out is not putting yourself in a situation to end up in the penitentiary. So helping your family out short term is not the right thing, bro. So that's not going to make sense to me. You try to say that, oh, I can't leave it alone. You're possessed by the devil. I love the money. For the love of money is the root of all evil. I like the rush. I don't even know what to tell you about that, because you can find a rush in a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? So that just sounds like addiction to me.
Yeah.
That just sounds like addiction to me. So I don't, I like your approach on it, but this is always going to be my approach on it. And I just don't care, because it don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it goes back to what you said. Some of these people were raised in the streets. So they may not know any better. You got to think bigger, bro. That means your mind is the size of a pebble.
That's real though.
Clip that,
That's
man.
so that's so real. Yeah, let's go back to the topics list you had.
Okay, man. That I do want to know so about the topics list we were talking about. I want to talk. So thank you for everybody listening on that. But so the massive sports growth around Stafford and Spotsy, I've been seeing it, and I kind of like it. It's kind of wild that I'm seeing it because I'm like, dang, my kids were. But there's a growing discussion around major sports developments in the region, including proposed sports complexes and continued investment into athletics, community facilities around Stafford and Spotsylvania. Could Fredericksburg become a bigger sports destination? Do you think so?
100%. Fredericksburg could be the next 757. Not that's no exaggeration, for real. Because if we got if
Yeah.
you think of like Fredericksburg, Stafford, Culpeper, Caroline, what else? Spotsy. I think that there's a bunch of athletes there that everybody has been known about, and the county, the area just never took the time to actually put resources where they should. And if they do it now, they're gonna reap all the benefits. And you're gonna see a lot more kids going to D1. You're gonna see a lot more kids playing sports in college. And so I'm here for it, bro. Like I'm so glad they're doing it, and it needs to be done. Because if you don't do it, you know
Yeah.
what's gonna happen?
What?
There's gonna be a St. James in every city. Because if literally me as a father of three boys, if Spotsy does not get their act together, my kids are going to St. James. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I think that should be that could be a possibility regardless, right? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
but no,
That
but
could be a
if the
possibility
if
regardless.
if the area gets their act together and they got the right resources, then why would I drive? Why would I drive out the way?
Um, Only because Daryl Overton's there. But I was just saying. You
Well,
know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like that's it. I get what you're
obviously,
saying.
no,
Yeah, I get what
obviously,
you're
yeah,
saying though. But what
yeah.
you
I
mean by
mean,
there's gonna be but remember you said there's gonna be a St. James in every city. What do you mean by that though?
I'm giving props to Do. Like
Uh,
if these counties don't get things in order, all he has to do is go to that city and say, "Hey, I'm gonna start up an organization right here," and
yeah,
everybody would be on board. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's true though.
So
And that's how it was. And that's how it was with his when he had PME though. So I don't know how that works anymore. I don't know if he's still like
no,
owning.
he still has PME, bro, but now he's sponsoring other youth programs. Like it's already
Okay,
happening. It's already
okay,
happening.
yeah,
So if certain areas don't get their act together, they're not going to see any of the kids that should be playing for their school
yeah.
at that school. Because
Because
why?
they're gonna go to St. James.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is smart. That's how you get things done. You
But did
tap
you hear
into
about the new transfer rule though?
the transfer rule don't count for private schools.
I thought it did. I thought it did.
No, that's only for public schools.
Word, because I thought I was reading. I gotta look that up because I thought I was reading it did apply to the
No,
private school too, like the
if you go to private school, then go back to public school, you can't just pick a school. You have to go to the school, whichever your middle school feeder thing was.
yeah, that I remember the feeder school. So it's not like that for I mean, because I guess it's not. There's not always a feeder school for the private schools, but I thought I heard that. Yeah, if you want to say you want to go to St. James, you got to go to eighth grade. Like if you're in
Nah, no, because
no, okay,
there's no feeder school for St. James.
but they don't have a middle school.
Yeah, but that's in St. James
Okay,
because you got to pay to go
okay,
there. You got to pay to go there.
yeah. So it's a private school. So if as long as you can go to a private school, I mean, as long as you can pay to go to school or you get a scholarship because they do scholarships, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, Fork Union would do stuff like that too. You just got to be nice to what you do. But
exactly, exactly, and that's a whole nother topic right there. Let parents stop sizing your kids up. Let them
mm,
put in the work.
mm-hmm,
Everybody's not ready for certain levels of
yeah.
play. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
seen Jeff White talking about it a lot recently, actually.
Yeah, and that's a good one because
Yeah.
he's spot on. Like, don't sign your kid up for the top tier AAU program when you when
He
you
about to get
didn't
dogged.
when you didn't even score 5 points a game in Parks and Rec. No, I don't get it. And what it comes down to is that it's the money. All
Yeah,
these programs will take the money all day,
yeah.
and
No,
so
they will. No, they will. And then but like so don't I heard the AAU circuit is like dying out. But then again, I would want to ask Jeff that because it didn't look like it was. But then from what he was saying, it sounded like it was just like, yeah, keep your kids out. Like just because it says AAU, but see, where do we go with tryouts? Because back in the day when we had AAU and we had these things, you had to try out for the team, and not everybody made the team.
guess what? It's not called a tryout anymore. It's called a buyout.
You ain't lying though.
No, I was the kid who never had money to be on these teams, and thankfully, somebody would always be like, you know what, I got him covered. But
Well, that's because you were nice.
nowadays, literally, the parents are like, you know what, I don't even want to be rejected, son. You're in.
Hey, look, and they said they got. I seen a video.
And two, it's a lot of parents that were trash, literally
Yeah.
trash, literally, bro. Now, if your kid is better, I'm actually super happy for you. But don't act like you know ball, bro. Get out of here.
Hey, look, man. You don't see, but like that's why I look when it come to coaching. When our Blazers playing football, and then kids, man, I just stay back. I make sure everything good, but I just stay back because I really don't understand like some of these parents, like some of these coaches, these parents, like some of even the coaches, bro. I was coached by my dad my whole life, so I understand the game, like, but and then by good coaches after that. But like some of these coaches, you can tell, bro. Like you just said, they've never played a down of football in their life. Even if they were playing football, 100% were scout team. And this is my point. That doesn't mean that you can't coach, right? But you have to be on a whole nother level. When you are like Skip Bayless or Stephen A. Smith and trying to do things like you trying to coach or you trying to, and they've never played the game, man, you gotta be your mind, your soul, and the understanding of the sport has to be on a whole nother level. So I just sit back. I just want them because I want another thing when it comes to coaching. Parents don't let coaches coach. Exactly. That's a lot of and I'm talking about, and of course that's in high school. Of course that's every level. But I watch from the back like that how parents just don't let coaches coach. So I don't understand that part of it because how is your kid ever going to learn? Because sometimes I'm gonna be real with you. Blaze don't want to hear what I got to say. Yeah. I don't care how many highlights I show him. Right. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to hear it. So so he gotta go. I want him to be around the coach. I really want him to play for my dad though. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I don't even think my dad's coaching no more because they still want him to teach. I think that's what it is. That's why he's not coaching this year because they still want him to teach and he's not trying to teach. So that sucks. But if I can bring him out of retirement, I will though for Blaze because I would love for him to coach Blaze too. Dweller, of course, St. James. Those are the type of places I would want Blaze to play. You know what I'm saying? Like because these coaches are gonna really coach him. You know what I mean? And I'm not that type of parent to get in the way of any of that type of stuff, bro. So that to me, that's a good thing. I do want to ask you a question though. How do you feel about the Lakers, man? I told you.
Man, you know what? They bring out the brooms because they got swept.
We got swept.
But they did have a close chance. And again, this goes back to what I said about Austin Reeves.
I don't want to hear that, man.
Yeah. Austin Reeves chance. Yeah, that could have easily
chance.
That could have easily gone.
A close chance don't keep, but a close chance doesn't keep you in the playoffs. A close chance got you in Cancun.
No, I know the facts of life, but like.
Okay, let me calm down. Okay,
no,
go ahead.
What I'm saying, yeah, you still turned up off the streets, but what I was saying is, oh yeah, so it was close. Like basically, to me they made it as close as they could. Like I would have been way more salty if they lost by like 30 or something.
Again, yeah. But again, but no, I feel that. Now you're giving me some peace with it, bro. Thank you. You're right. Because I'm really blown because I'm tired because LeBron James is the greatest basketball player to ever play the game of basketball, and now people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, you got swept by okay." Who cares, bro? The man is 41. Where is everybody else at? Kennard, where are you at? Know what I'm saying? Like, where are you at? Austin, where are you at? Austin, you're supposed to be Luka this series, man. Where are you at? I ain't got time for it, bro. And then people are going to try to say, oh, LeBron James. Yeah, OKC has 12 players that are better than all 9 or 10 of them are on the Lakers, bro. Literally. Some of those players that were hitting some of these shots, I'm like, bro, what?
It's crazy.
You know, you're playing all season. Talking about, man, hit like 3 threes in a row, man. I'm just like, oh, man. OKC, I got them. I think it's actually going to be, if the Spurs make it, that's going to be probably a 7-game series.
Talking about Western Conference?
Yeah, the finals. If the Spurs make it, I think it's going to go 7. If the Wolves make it, it just depends on what Ant do. I'm kind of tired of Ant going to the Western Conference finals every year and losing. Are we going to talk about that?
So now that I'm off the bandwagon for Lakers,
yeah,
I'm going Anthony Edwards.
And I like Ant-Man, bro.
Finals
but I
MVP.
need you to get out of the Western Conference Finals, though.
Yeah, you gotta get out the West.
But now, so you think it's more of a challenge for them against? Do you think it's going to be more of a challenge for them against San Antonio, or if they make it to OKC? Because if they go, do you think it's going to go 7 with San Antonio too?
For OKC?
Yeah, no, for San Antonio and my fault, and the Wolves.
If it's
2-2, I believe. So you think? What do you think it goes 6?
I think it goes 6. Yeah,
because it's 2-2.
I think Ant's gonna close it out.
You think he's gonna win the next 2? I like that though, bro. I like Ant, bro. I just don't like that he be losing in the Western Conference. I mean, Ant beat our favorite player, you know what I'm saying, in the first round last year.
Bro, the West
Wait,
is the West.
Did we get swept last year too?
Who?
Us in the first round.
I think so. Either that or it was 4-1.
Oh man, Luka, what's up, man? All right, man. I'm gonna need Luka to all these injuries. That Luka get injured a lot, bro. Let's be for real.
Yeah, luckily
he's smoking young. All them bogeys and drinking all them beers, and you're a professional athlete. This is what's going to
happen. Luckily, he's young, so.
But that's even worse.
Yeah, it is kind of actually.
Yeah, you're supposed to be getting hurt when you're older and stuff like that. He's still getting hurt. Sometimes people are just injury prone. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's just it is what, and then you get injured at the worst time of the year, bro.
Worst time.
Does LeBron come back and try to have a full season with all 3 of them, or no?
No, I don't think so.
Does he come back to the NBA though?
Yeah, he's going to be an owner and player.
I want him now. Well, I think that's going to happen with the when it goes to Las Vegas. But I want to see him go next season and play.
Yeah.
Golden State. Kerr's back for 2 more years.
That's actually a strong possibility.
You know what I'm saying? If they could build a team around LeBron and Curry, they're winning the ship before they retire.
Oh yeah.
Draymond too, bro. Could you imagine that? LeBron, Steph, and Draymond playing, and then put 4 or 5 really good role players around them. Butler's coming back. Nah, Draymond would be good because LeBron, Draymond, just put Draymond in the right position, and he already know where to be.
No, that's true. He's a good basketball player.
But you're saying Draymond would have to come off the bench. That's what you're saying, pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but that would be good though. Can he do it though? That's the question. Would he do it?
He'd probably punch a couple people, but he'll have to do
it. Because Butler will be back next year. Can you imagine? Yeah, what if they had Butler, LeBron, Curry, and then Draymond coming off the bench? They got rid of that other dude though, right? Jimmy something. Not Jimmy Butler, the other dude. I forget his name. They used to talk. I forget his name. I'm pretty sure he's out of there though. It's the other dude who used to play for him. I remember. What's the dude's name that Patella? You seen that when his patella ripped? Like when his patella, you seen it?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it was like this. He was playing. He played for this happened this year, Golden State. He was having a real good game too. He just came back from injury. Moody.
Oh, Moody. Yeah, he's a good player.
And when he went up to jump, he just collapsed, and then his patella tendon was sitting up like this. You didn't even want to look. It's sitting up like this. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, that hurts. That gave me the chills.
Yeah, ow. I hate that. And then you know like the TV shows it twice. Like for what?
Yeah.
That's crazy though. But all right, let's go. Let's see, man. We'll get on to one more. I want to ask you a couple questions about the Washington Commanders before we get off here, man. After the draft, we talked about that. I just want to know: we already know that there's new energy in the organization? Do you think we bounce back this season? What are your expectations?
My expectation is playoffs. If we don't make the playoffs, then I don't want to talk about the team for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like if we don't make the NFC Championship, we don't need to talk about the team for 2 years. That's what you said. How you? We already made the playoffs.
Yeah, but we didn't. We didn't make the playoffs last year.
Nah, not last year, but but you know, Jaden was hurt like that. So Jaden, I need a Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, I just want consistency. I just want consistent playoff runs.
Yeah, I hope he's getting bigger.
And yeah, if they don't make the playoffs, and if they don't win the division, or they're not number 2, then we're unfortunately back at the drawing board. It's whack.
Yeah. No, I mean, but I think the Eagles get weaker this year. I think the team that gets the strongest actually this year is maybe the Giants. Like they could be that surprise team in the East this year. It's New York Giants, but we'll see how all that goes. I know Malik Neighbors is going to be coming back. We'll see how Jackson Dart do for his second year. If Scatterboo come back, what's that DN they got from? They got a crucial DN last year, but he was kind of like not in the right mind frame or something. You know, missing practices, late to meetings and stuff like that, getting benched in the season. The DN that they drafted last year, like, I think number 1 or something like that, number 2.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I was like, that sucked. But I think that should come. I think they got another defender this year, but I think definitely watch out for the Giants in our division. Of course, it's Redskins or Commanders all day.
I actually think the Giants are going to be good this year.
Yeah, watch out for the Giants, man. Watch out for the Giants, bro. And I think the Browns are going to be nice too, for real. All the youngins that from like last year getting their numbers back. You know what I'm saying? Like Shador got number 2 back. Quinshawn got his number back. I think they're talking real high of Concepcion too. I got to go see his highlights, man. I didn't really see too much of him in college.
Yeah, they we're in this age where everybody just gets hyped up for real.
Except Shador.
Yeah.
Except Shador. And that's crazy, man. That is crazy, man. Hey, but yeah, bro. So look, I want to say this, close out on one thing, bro. We need to continue to try to be positive, and that's, I know we speak out. So the way I speak, the way Micah speak is going to be different, but we do want to speak on, the hope that we have for people. I'm going to be aggressive when I speak about it, because to me, we too old for that. And we keep on making the same, I'm sorry, this is from me. You keep making mistakes. What are we doing? You must like it. You know what I'm saying? So, but, and Micah has more understanding with that situation. So we both, and we want to hear, we know people aren't going to say nothing, but it's all good. We love you. We'll pray for you. And we are excited about the young talent and stuff that we got coming up around here in the sports and everything like that. So we are grateful, man. We appreciate everybody, but let's keep the kids in the sports. Let's keep the kids focused. Let's keep the kids locked in on the main goal. And whether that's you trying to tell them to be a grade A student, or whether that's telling them to be to honor their mother and their father, keep them locked in, bro. It's a hard thing, I promise you. It's a hard thing, I promise you, man. But I love you. I love you, Micah. You know what I'm saying? We'll close out in prayer. We'll close out in prayer. I'm leaving at night, so I got to figure out exactly what time we can be on tomorrow, because I don't know if I'm going to be on the bus or what's going on the train. I don't know. So,
we'll see.
Yeah, Father Jesus, thank you for bringing us here again today, man, and just everything that the knowledge that you give us and the wisdom that you give us, but also the courage you give us to talk about these things, to be transparent and understand that some of these things are opinionated. And we're grateful for that, man. And we understand that everybody else are going to have their own opinions as well. Continue to bless us. We give you all the glory for what we are doing, Lord. Thank you for all of the people that ever tap in, whether it's live or it's after. We appreciate them, Lord, and continue to bless them as well. Bless my man Micah and his family. Thank you for all of my kids. I pray for my kids. I pray for my mom, my dad, and my entire family, man. And pray for you too, Ashley. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. That was fun.
Let's get it. No, that last, your smile, bro.
All right, bro.
Your smile, bro. Gang, we out.